Hello, hello, hello there.
Hi YouTube.
Our YouTube viewers.
This is the two brilliant Geminis. Both of us is here now. So
Bringing to you from the couch, first hands, real conversations. Um, it won't be so trendy, so we will have good conversations. So today we are here to discuss some things. Um, so if you haven't already, you may want to go ahead and grab you some tissue, some paper
before
towels.
you do all that, you might want to subscribe to our channel. I'm quite sure you're gonna like it. But we're gonna follow up on the previous video,
Right.
and we're gonna take one topic at a time. The first video was just introduction.
It's good.
So
Yeah.
the topic we're gonna talk about is
Well, the first topic we're going to talk about, and also if you want to, you can go to our YouTube page and hit the link. It's a particular one that's called Get It Out.
yeah, the two brilliant Geminis, what they call Get It Out.
Yeah. So basically, it's all about it's dealing with something that families always tends to.
Sweep on the road.
Oh yeah, she say sweeping the rug. I say let it go. And yeah, and it shows no mercy. It shows no defense for the victim. It actually will leave a victim like
Scorn for the rest of their life.
yeah,
Basically.
yeah, and that victim will also be around family members with that same guilt, but they carrying on through. But in the back of that family, in the back of the victim head about their family, they know who know what. So this is not Front Street. This is not throw darts at your family. This is just about critical situations.
The truth,
The truth.
basically.
Oh yeah. So how we're gonna start this off is
Well, the question is, we all want to know, this is the topic for today is we're going to talk about, is, of course, you know my first video was about being raped. And so we're going to continue this talk because we want to get it out. That's the whole subject. It's about getting it out.
get it out.
And so this one is, why did the family want to hold this in? Why the family don't want to speak about it? Why do you think families are afraid to speak about this
Right.
when it's happening in the home?
Right. And when we say family, we mean like family. No one is exempt from this topic that's in your family. So it has to be something that you can dig here and get it out. And if you can't, it's okay. It can stay there. You can continue to follow because we're gonna get ours out, you know. And a lot of times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, victims share the same story.
Yeah.
It's different characters.
So my question is, why do you think families are afraid to speak out about this when they knowing molestation or, rape going on in the home, right in the next room? Like I always like to say.
I personally feel like family don't want to get it out because, being in the United States of America, that's like a major crime, So they try to protect not the victim, and they do not try to protect the person that does the assault. They try to protect not being bothered, not having it to go outside the family. But
So they basically trying to protect their family member and not going against one side and having one side and all that.
yeah,
But you know, me,
right.
I have so many mixed feelings about that. Me personally, me blabbermouth, Geminis, that we don't hold nothing back. But I think, like, basically, I agree with everything that you say. I do believe that family don't want to tell on family because they hate to see their other family member in jail or whatever, or because it might be one of their favorite family members,
Exactly.
or somebody they least suspect, or their favorite auntie child.
Oh yeah.
It can be any reason why they don't want to tell on this person. This might be the person that's the breadwinner in the family.
Right.
I know, you never know what is the reason why, but the outcome of this secret is child can actually be on drugs.
Oh
The
yeah.
child can be violent toward the
yeah.
family member. And people never
You never
know why
find
they,
genuine love.
yeah, and you never know why this child is outside trying to find love from other men different ways. You're wondering why this person ended up in prostitution because they probably think this is what they're supposed to do. Are you wondering why this young girl is only want older men because somebody in the family has messed with them?
Yeah.
Or, really, to be honest, sometimes you wonder why you got handicapped kids because some of the family members sleep with the family member. And to go on to say that with this new bill, it's just being passed.
The fetal heartbeat
Yeah,
abortion bill.
I think that is very harsh
Yeah.
to me because it can be rape victims.
Well, they do have a clause in it for rape victims, and they changed it, really. So they changed it to add that in, so they have it to where if it was incest or rape, then or health
But how would they
issue.
be able to prove it?
That's just something to make the public feel like,
And
okay,
then
let's
if they,
pass it.
and then if the process of trying to prove it gonna be beyond
Police
the
report.
time that they gave them to be able to have the child. So then they have to be able to have the child anyway because
Right.
it's gonna be on past the time, the weeks or whatever.
So this is how they're looking at it. With this abortion bill, normally abortion used to be like something that was private between the unborn and the mother. It was private. Sometimes it was times where people would go off and have an abortion and don't tell nobody. Sometimes you have people that did. So this is what they're trying to do. They want you to file a police report, of course for the rape, the people that was raped and was impregnated by their assaulter, they want you to file a police report. And like you said earlier in the video, like, if y'all have to watch the video,
First video.
get it out. If y'all watch the video, you'll see some of the things that will link to what we're talking about now on that issue.
Yeah, but my main thing is what about, because I'm going back into the topic, what about the kids that are getting molested in the homes that are afraid to say that they are pregnant and who they're pregnant by?
See, once you become a victim, you really get out of being afraid. You start thinking like that comes with who you are.
And that's what's supposed to happen.
So it makes you like be more confide. You confide in yourself, and then you can confide in the memory of it. And then like it was times where deep. Well, it's times where you could be in a situation with a family member over here on a whole other side of a family member. Like, you got your dad's side, you got your mom's side, and you have that over there. And like in the video, how you speak, like people see it, they keep it within. They'll fix you some Kool-Aid, fix you a plate, and they knowing that such and such and such and such and such.
Just did it.
Right. So it kind of mess you up as a person when it's like you know that this just happened to you, and you can tell that it's not happening to nobody else in the family but you with that person. Or sometimes you can probably get a hint like, oh, this happened to me with you, and you kind of like shocked me by doing that, but I also saw you over there
Exactly.
with
That's
my
what I was
niece
about to talk about too.
or my nephew. Right. It's like, when
So
do
it's
you...
not only you.
Right.
And then who is the person that's gonna speak up? When do you tell?
The
How
person who
do you
speaks
tell?
up is the person that normally is accused of doing it.
But you are
They
the
speak.
strongest one. So
Yeah, they beat
speak
them.
up. Get it out.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Get it out, because this is my therapy. Before I boo-hoo, before I cry, before I do have my crying days, I still have my crying days. Before I get on my pills, before I do any of that, I'd rather get it out and get it to the next person to help the next person to help the next person to stop it somewhere.
Right.
Because sometimes it leads up to some of the girls even go to jail for killing these people, for them doing this to them.
Well,
And my thing is, like, women, will y'all please stop accusing or getting mad at these young girls who are in the household that are getting molested, and they coming to you all and they telling you all. Y'all get mad at them. When you know half of the time, Uncle John, I'm just using the name, Uncle John or Uncle Tim touching her because he touched you way back when.
that's gonna be another video.
So
Yeah, we're gonna bring this
why
this
are you
one right here.
holding that in?
Yeah.
Like, don't do that, because that traumatized her, and then it even traumatized her even more because that auntie or whatever
Right.
would always downplay, always talk down on her. So you wonder why she did some of this. But some of the girls, they took it and they became smarter. They got college degrees or whatever. They got away from it. And it's sad they had to go through it.
To me, every family has a counselor. Counselor spreads. Then you have every family also have that voice that can manipulate people to go against what really happened. They will convince you. They'll even call you. Hey, she okay?
Like my
Just let it go. It's gonna be okay. We gonna work it out. Okay.
You get
But
inbox.
see,
Like to manipulate and play with your mind as
Yeah.
if it was you. I'm freely and I'm speaking real. Like I told you the first time, I am a victim. And one of my victims, and it's been more than one occasion, one of my victims had audacity to get in my inbox and try to make it seem as if they was not doing what I know they was trying to do, because it didn't get there. They did not penetrate me. I just woke up to them over me. But they tried to convince me. And that's one thing that they do. So don't try to let them convince you that they was not trying. If you felt it in your heart, if you felt uncomfortable, and you know what was going on, that's what was going on. That is what exactly they was trying to do. Your heart don't lie.
yeah.
Your heart do not lie.
And I want to add something onto this. A lot of times, the victim has no choice but to be what that person did to them. Does that make sense? Like, if a person like threw themselves on you, and did inappropriate things. And if sometimes you don't really have that voice. It just depends on who is the person that's doing it.
So you're thinking that it's okay, and so that person would think since it's okay,
Right.
it was done to them, they'll do it to somebody else.
Right.
Not knowing that they're making that person feel the way that they was feeling.
Right.
They're just thinking that it's okay. This is what's.
But sometimes they pick their victims based off of their character or what they think their character is. So it's like you might have somebody in the house that's the black sheep. I don't want to use the word black sheep because it's not always the black sheep, but I just want to set an example.
She always the good one.
Right. And that person been around you and your family, so they know they're hearing somebody saying, "Sit your lying ass down. Take your fast ass over there." And that's not, but it's building a characteristic trait for that person who is going to do the assault against the person who you just put a characteristic. Like all of that makes it's just like going to court. You have to pull your information together on that person. Once you got to that person, you can destroy that person. But you don't destroy that person based off of who they really are. You destroy that person based off of what somebody just said they did. You know what I'm saying? All girls who wear short, and like in the video, you was like, you don't care if you walk around naked or what. Woo woo.
You know, it's no man the right to rape you. I don't care what it is. There's no right, no excuse, no nothing.
Yep.
And every girl that wears short shorts don't mean that she want to be raped. Right. Or she trying to be, trying to show herself. No, she comfortable in her skin.
But
we was born naked, so we can dress half naked if we want to and be comfortable with our skin and we still be ladies. Right. Why can't we?
And hey, ladies does it too. So we're not saying like this is
men.
Yeah.
Ladies. It's ladies that's out there doing it too.
You got some ladies that is watching your child that's 11 and 12 and they going to sleep and sleeping, and now it's 16.
Child broke his virginity at 12 years old and you wondering why.
And now at 16 he's staying with her with the babysitter at 16. But
see, they think it's okay because it's a young male and it's an older woman.
They do think it's okay.
They think, it kind of get away with it with males and with women doing it, but it's not okay. Not with me. It's not okay because it's still traumatized for old men. They still are young men trying to chase after older women, but they still don't know how to be men, and it really still traumatizes them.
And this is off the record, but it's not off the record, and it's not off the subject. But even with that R. Kelly case, allegedly, R. Kelly was accused of, dealing with underage females, allegedly. But I remember in 1990, 1997, 98. Well, when the Lil situation came out, allegedly, but it's not allegedly with that because they have court documentations that they was married.
Yeah.
But you see, he had that family protection for all these years until now. And he still might have it,